Yes, you're reading the title right. There ain't no typos over here, baby. So I was watching the new Moist Critical video. Oh my god, my hands are ashy. Hold on. I was watching the new Moist Critical video, which will be linked in the description with all the other sources that I got for this video. And he brought up an interesting point.
Now leading to the bigger conversation that's been had a lot about the state of the MCU. Are people just tired of it? Is superhero fatigue really setting in now, finally? Or is it mainly just Marvel? Because Superman has done great in the box office. It has been fucking slapping in the box office. And it's a good movie. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are also good movies, especially in a sea of dog shit that Marvel had been farting out for quite a few years, with a few exceptions like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Superhero fatigue is basically a term describing when people are way too tired of seeing superheroes on the big screen. There's too many coming out at once. You gotta read all these books to understand it. We're not nerds like you. Now look. Sit down. I'm gonna grab you by the balls when I tell you this. So just let me just you in close. Are you listening now? Superhero fatigue isn't real. I hate to tell you this way. It's not. Marvel fatigue is real though. I'm gonna hit you with some cold hard facts real quick. I got them right here in my notes. Hold up. Invincible is still doing pretty good. They're on like their 4th season now or 5th season coming up. They've been renewed for more seasons. People are still watching that. Superman just had a smash in the box office. This is the first DC theatrical release of this new universe. Just to let you know, this is the first on-screen, big screen appearance of a DC superhero in I don't even know how long, since, I don't know, maybe Justice League? I don't fucking know. We don't talk about Joker 2, okay? The Batman was a smash hit as well. So DC's doing good. The independent shit's doing good. So what is superhero fatigue? Where's the superhero fatigue there? There's none. Because superhero fatigue is a term that originated when Marvel was getting a little oversaturated. During the pandemic, no other superhero movie studios was really putting out superhero content. Invincible, that was a show that was taking a hiatus. DC wasn't really coming out with much. Maybe Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad, just putting that out there. Nobody was shitting out content like Marvel. And ever since then, we've gotten 2 full phases of the MCU. Phase 4 and Phase 5. This span with both having 6 full theatrical films and 8 Disney Plus series, 2 special events on Disney Plus, a total of 30 projects. I sat through every single one except for Ironheart. I haven't gotten to that yet. And it's safe to say that this recent Marvel has been an emotional roller coaster. Literally. Look at the box office. Literally a roller coaster. We were able to get some good projects in there. It hasn't led up to what Marvel used to be. And it's clear that they set their own bar way too high for them to follow up. The MCU is basically like a teenager going through a phase of finding themselves before they finally realize who they are, their personality, their likes, their dislikes, or who's actually going to care for them and nurture them. I mean, newsflash, it's not Kevin Feige or Bob Iger. They're still kind of in that transition. Phase 4 had a stellar start. We started off with introducing the Disney Plus tie-in shows with WandaVision. Great, amazing show, beautiful visuals. Ralph Boner. The ending was a little rushed, but we could forgive it because it gave us a glimpse into this new MCU saga, this new story that we're getting. The multiverse is real. Magic is real. And then we get Loki, another great, amazing show tying in the multiverse, showing us the TVA, showing us the hierarchy of power in the multiverse, giving us Kang. Before Disney fucked Jonathan Majors and completely ruined the character. But it gave us Kang. I didn't even mention Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but that was cool too. I mean, it gave us a new Captain America. We got this prick. It was an okay show. Then Black Widow came. Ill. The film was mediocre at best. The CGI looked like they hired somebody from Fiverr. The story was simple in one note. The villain was there. The only good thing that came out of it was Taskmaster. Shut up. Just everybody shut up. My favorite villain is on screen. I don't care. You can bite me. It wasn't the ungodly sin of a film that everybody makes it out to be, but it definitely wasn't good. It wasn't worth the 4-year delay that we got for it. And it definitely wasn't worth the, what was it? Over $2 million damn $2 million budget. The box office even showed it, bro. The box office numbers even showed how much of a waste this movie was. I mean, granted, it also came out during the pandemic, which was also a time where they would put the film in theaters, and then side by side they put it on Disney Plus, where you can pay an extra $20 to watch it on Disney Plus instead of just getting it for free. This probably contributed to the poor box office numbers, but it was still just a bad film. Just a horrible film that we can probably erase from our memories. I mean, does anybody even actually like Black Widow? The movie. Does anybody even actually like Black Widow? And if you main, side note, if you main Black Widow on Marvel Rivals, I hope you choke on a chicken bone, because you guys are the bane of my existence. Then after that, the MCU just started becoming a little overdone and dry.
Overdone and dry! Overdone and dry! Overdone and dry! Overdone and dry!
It came to a point where it was like, who even wants this? We got Twerking with Megan, annoying middle school girl. And then I think that's kind of when people started checking out. Even I was losing the little hope that I had for the MCU, and I didn't have much to begin with, but I still hold on to it because I believe these films could go back to what they were. We just need to get back on track at some point. You just need to give it a little bit of time, right? Oh, cool. We got 2 special events that are actually better than what I just saw She-Hulk do to Daredevil. Sweet. Phase 5 was pretty similar, except we actually got the kickoff in a theatrical release. But at this point in our story, people started getting a little checked out. Quantumania had a pretty okay trailer that got me into the theater, but it couldn't get me Civil War hype again. The only selling point of this film was that we were supposed to be getting a proper Kang the Conqueror in this film. I expected to see Krabby the Clown. Oh my god. It was Chiefy the Cheapsake. It was clear that Marvel just didn't give a fuck anymore because the marketing for this film was terrible. Then the film actually came out. When the film actually came out, oh boy. Bad pacing. Terrible story. The visuals were actually being compared to Spy Kids 3D in the 2023 film. What are we doing here? And Kang? Oh, you wanted a proper Kang the Conqueror? You wanted this menacing multiversal being that would be the big bad of our season event, Kang Dynasty? You wanted someone that has killed multiple Avengers in multiple universes that cannot be defeated? Well, fuck you then, because we're just going to give you a whiny baby that literally does nothing the entire movie. Also, let's make the Quantum Realm a shitty little pocket dimension that looks like the inside of Kevin Feige's prostate exam. And let's put Bill Murray in it too. You guys want that, right? Right? The term superhero fatigue was literally born right then and there, where I can't even have a conversation with somebody, not even my friend Kevin, one of the only good Kevins out there apparently, about the MCU without him saying Marvel fell off. Well, it didn't. It's just the MCU. Then we got Guardians 3, and that threw all the fall off allegations out the window. We got an amazing writer, amazing director, amazing cast, amazing story, great visuals. It was the finale that we literally wanted. Not to mention, it gave us the first fuck word of the MCU. And then they also fired James Gunn because he made an amazing The Suicide Squad film that made their competition tons of money. God forbid this man gets work, right? But things were finally looking up, but can they stay consistent? Well, if you know the next film in this series for this phase, we kind of know the answer to that. Story-wise, quality-wise, things weren't that bad in phase 5 compared to phase 4. But we barely made a shift at this point because nobody cared. Marketing was terrible in this phase. It's like they didn't even want people to come see their movies, except for maybe Deadpool and Thunderbolts, where they actually try something there. Like, especially Thunderbolts. Oh my god, Thunderbolts marketing was actually really incredible. Did you see the signs? Did you see the signs where they ripped it and the new Avengers came out? They put Stitch was on it, guys. Look, you guys like Stitch, right? But overall, they just couldn't get the butts in the seats. The entire phase 5 was their lowest performance in the box office. It made a whopping $3.6 billion compared to their last few phases. Put the numbers there. This is not looking good, guys. This is This is not looking good. Now that Phase 5 is over, we immediately shifted into Phase 6 with their debut being the Fantastic Four First Steps. Let's go. I have to mention that Phase 5 did end with a bang with Thunderbolts. Great film, great story, emotional pull, brought the team together naturally instead of forcing it. It wasn't just shoot a gun, stop a cosmic being, and try to force a connection into the greater MCU. It had its own standalone story while still being a part of the MCU. But they just couldn't get people engaged because when you're going flop to good movie to flop and not being consistent, like Moist Critical said, people just don't have faith in you anymore. So they're not going to be interested in this new story that you got going on. It's a shame it didn't get what it deserved in the box office, but I get it at the same time. Do better, Marvel. Kevin, Bob, do better. And then maybe stories like this can get a bigger audience. But overall, I give that film a 4.5 stars. I forgot to post my review on it. So, there it is right there. It's like, you keep putting out these shit stains that overcloud our judgment, making us not want to be engaged in this overarching story that you got going on that could be better if you stop trying to force these fucking characters that nobody gives a damn about into these movies and shows that could be way better if you just omitted them completely. Remember Miss Marvel was being forced into Daredevil? Remember they made a whole episode trying to force Miss Marvel propaganda onto you in Daredevil Born Again. And then Kevin Feige wants to shift the blame on everything else. The audience, quantity over quality, which is kind of true. Everything else. But remember, Kevin, remember, these films got to get through you and Bob Iger before they get out there into the world. So look, guys, this nigga thought we was finna agree with him. Fuck off. But there's hope. There's a little bit of hope. With the release of Fantastic Four, we now have 2 back-to-back pretty decent films. Once again, we're back. We can keep this momentum going. I'm going to quote Moist Critical one more time. We're going to put the clip right here.
For Marvel now, they probably realize that the audience isn't just going to blindly eat everything that they feed them. They need to keep delivering good movies, but they need to find a way to make them for less money, so that way the box office runs don't need to be colossal, historic, record-breaking performances in order to generate any level of profit.
If the question is, how do we get people to come watch our films again? How can we make our money back? The answer was plain and simple right there in Fantastic Four First Steps. In First Steps, we do not see many settings. We just see the Baxter Building, their version of New York, Subterranea, the spaceships, and of course we see space. Simple. Charlie said it best in his video. Cut the budget a bit. This film took about $200 million plus to make. Alright, cut that down to maybe $100 million. Don't make these over complex stories that takes years of reading a few of these for you to get. Make a simple, grounded story about the character that you're putting the perspective of in their little bubble of a world that's also probably going to take place in this big, grand universe that you got going on, but make it take place in their realm. All right? Take the inspiration, don't overdo it. You did it well with the Fantastic Four. It looks like you're doing it well with Spider-Man. Daredevil did it well. Hell, Thunderbolts did it well. Let's do all of that again with different stories and different characters. Let's just keep that track going, and then when it's time for them to team them up. Maybe in a post-credits scene, you show that they all exist together, but don't try and force a Miss Marvel episode or a fucking dumbass King the Conqueror on us. I gave Fantastic Four a 4.5, by the way. I did do this entire video to replace my review. Marvel has just been digging their own grave lately, but there is still hope, especially with Kevin Feige announcing that he will be stepping away after Secret Wars. Thank God. Maybe when he steps away, whoever takes his place could probably give us better movies for the next generation of kids growing up with these Marvel movies that we were hoping to get in this new age of Marvel. But there has been leaked photos of the set of Brand New Day. We've been seeing some pretty promising things lately with them going to practical effects instead of CGI for Spider-Man's web slinging. So let's just let them cook.
It's Charlie and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, comment what you think, comment your thoughts on this whole Marvel debacle that I just went through. Is superhero fatigue real to you? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Follow the socials. They'll be right here. Letterboxd will be right there. They'll be in the description so you can keep up with me whenever I post a new video. And with that being said, yeah, deuces.